The reason why the easier path ruins most people is because people actually believe that there is an easier path. There is a path with least resistance. And they think in their minds that, oh, that's the easier path. But the reality is, all paths are hard. You just have to choose the one that's worth it. This popped in my head today as I was eating my meal prep for the 40th or 50th time. I've been on this weight loss journey for about a month. And let me not say weight loss journey. I'm leading a healthier life, because me thinking I'm on a weight loss journey is me thinking that by the time I lose my weight, I'm going to revert back to old factory settings. We're not doing that here. So I'm leading a healthier life. And it dawned on me when I was on the phone with my mother and she was seeing me take out the broccoli and eat the same jerk chicken thighs and broccoli. And she's like, man, you make it look so easy. And I thought about it. And it's not even that it's easy. This is just the choice that I'm deciding to do with my life now. And it just got me thinking about other things in my life where the things that we label as quote unquote easy or hard, it really just depends on where you're looking at it from, what identity you're operating in. Because let's face it, you'll never think that going to the gym is easy if you don't identify as somebody who goes to the gym. You will never think eating healthy is easy if you are somebody who enjoys eating junk food. And the list goes on where I'm realizing that, yeah, the stuff that the average person may think is hard, I could flip it and say that, yeah, it's kind of hard to not go to the gym for me. And I'm only using real world examples because it applies to my life and I could only speak from my own experiences. But when I'm thinking about the things that I find difficult now, it genuinely is difficult for me to go to a fast food joint and get unhealthy food because I know that it's deterring me from my goals. So really and truly, is any path is any path easy? Not really. You just have to decide which one, because the reality is the path with the least amount of resistance, you're going to pay for it eventually. As much as you think that I could party all weekend, I could drink until I black out every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, I could put off posting content, chasing my dreams. Well, let me not say chase, because we're not chasing anything over here, but I could put off the idea of me pursuing my dreams. Eventually the day is going to come where you realize, man, I let all this time pass and I don't have anything to show for anything. And you have the opportunity now to decide, okay, am I going to be the person that's going to look back on their life with regret? Or am I going to be the person that's going to look back and think back to the day that it all changed? Me personally, I don't want to let another day go by where I am looking at my life with almost a level of disgust or annoyance because I know what I have to do, but I'm choosing not to do it. And that's the sad reality about a lot of things when we are labeling things as easy and hard. We know what we should be doing, yet we don't do it. Why? I don't know why. I think there's a lot of reasons, but I think the main reason, more times than not, I'm always going to revert back to the identity, because I think your identity literally shapes your reality. So if you are finding anything difficult, chances are you're not looking at it from the perspective of somebody who finds the thing that you should be doing as beneficial. Because if I told you, hey, if you stopped eating junk food, you started going to the gym every single day, well, not every single day, let's say 5 to 6 times out the week, and you started drinking water, in 6 months to a year, you'll have your dream physique. It doesn't matter how easy that sounds or it may seem, you will always see it as difficult because you don't identify as somebody who finds those things easy. And when I'm really looking at the things that people label as easy, I'm seeing that, dog, in a whole nother world, somebody else could find this extremely difficult. I've been finding myself watching people, and I'm tying everything back to health and fitness because I feel like I'm on a spiritual journey right now on this cut where I am chiseling away at the fat so that I can see my abs. But anyway, sometimes I watch people eat mukbangs. I don't even know why. I feel like I'm living vicariously through people who are overindulging. And as good as the food looks sometimes, there's a part of me that watches those videos and I'm just thinking, bro, this isn't easy. There's people out here who's eating 10 to 15,000 calories a day and then doing it again the next day. That's not easy. But to somebody who is in that position where eating food is like nothing, that seems easy. But the sad reality is that later on down the road, that person is going to have to pay that price. And it's no different from you. Where you think the things that you are putting off or the things that you're neglecting, you can get away with now because you're in your 20s or you're in your 30s or whatever age you're in. Understand that eventually you're going to have to pay that price. And instead of waiting until you have no choice but to change, why not get ahead of the curve? Something that I'm thinking about cutting out of my life entirely is drinking alcohol. Why? I'm seeing that, one, my life is so much better without drinking. I don't really need any sort of alcohol to be myself. Naturally, I'm just myself. And three, it makes it hard for me to be consistent with the gym and eating healthy because when you are drinking, it takes about 36 to anywhere from 72 hours to a week for it to get out of your system. So that alone, nothing is happening until alcohol comes out your system. So when I'm thinking about putting it in my body, I'm just like, bro, why? Why am I doing that? And I know I kind of got off topic there, but the reason why I'm using that example is because when I'm thinking about things that are quote unquote difficult, things that are quote unquote hard, it's all a matter of perspective. If you're somebody you're not seeing the bigger picture, you're not able to step outside of yourself and look at, what am I actually doing to myself? What am I actually avoiding? If you can't do that, then you'll stay in this perpetual cycle of wanting to take that path of least resistance. But there is no real payoff. There is no payoff to you avoiding the things that you know that you should be doing other than wasting time and looking back on your life with regret. And you don't want to be that person. I promise you. I've been there where I've let enough time pass and I'm looking at my life and I'm like, damn, what the hell am I doing? Have you ever seen an old person on their deathbed and they're looking back on their life and they're just like, bruh, there's so many things that I wish I had done, but they just didn't because they wanted to take the easy route. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. So if there's anything I want you to take away from this video is this. If you truly believe that the path that you want to take is hard, ask yourself, why? Why do I believe this is hard? Do I believe that the things that come from this level of work or consistency, I am undeserving of it? Do I not identify as the person who these things just naturally are the things that I do? Because these are serious questions. Why do you think that you are not somebody who deserves a healthy physique? Why do you think that you're somebody who doesn't deserve a healthy and happy and loving relationship? Why do you feel like you're somebody who shouldn't be financially free? Because that's essentially what you're telling yourself when you decide not to take those actions to get those things. And I think it's really important that you are looking at it from that perspective, because me personally, I love to simplify my life the best way that I can. If I have a goal, I like to look at it from 5 years to a year to a month to a week to daily tasks. And in those daily tasks, I know, okay, this is what I have to do in order to achieve said big goal. And every day that I choose myself, I choose the goal, I choose the things that I set for myself, I know that I am working towards a better future. And every time that you decide that you are not doing that, you are essentially telling yourself that I am undeserving of nice things. I am undeserving of this future. So instead of choosing the path of least resistance, remind yourself that the thing that I'm actually choosing is bettering my life and is not a hindrance. It may feel like it now, but eventually it'll come as something that is just as easy as breathing. Because like I said in the beginning of the video, there are no difficult paths. You just have to choose the right one. If you made it this far in the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell. My name is Trent Bishop. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.